Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at the brand new DB story event. So this is now under the movies section, which is a bit interesting because obviously Battle of the Gods was also technically a saga in the Dragon Ball Super anime, but I guess they're going to keep it as a movie. And so this is the Battle of the Gods event, and so pretty straightforward. It is a couple stages. It's been revamped. It was a previously older event. It's 7 stages, 2 difficulties of each stage, so that is 14 stones in total, which is pretty nice. And one of the main benefits is that there's a new support memory, and also now, there's now a new support memory, and you can also farm a Super Saiyan Goku from this event, who's okay. Probably will get an easy A at some point eventually down the line, but yeah, so you can also farm Super Saiyan God Goku super attack levels from this event, and there are a couple units that you can awaken, none of which currently at this point are that great, but maybe down the line they will definitely be. There is a Realm of the Gods bonus, so if you run a Realm of the Gods team, you will be able to receive bonus rewards from this event. Obviously some of the missions have been completed because I have already done some of them by doing the previous event, like Dokkan Awakening the Super Saiyan God Goku and raising his SA to 10. There are a couple challenges here associated with having certain link skills and certain groups, like certain categories on your team when you complete certain stages. I'm going to set up my team to accomplish most of these right from the get-go, so you can just follow that team and you should be able to hit all of the missions. The only one will be stage 4 where I will change the team, but I will skip ahead and show you guys that when we get there. But as you can see, there's a couple of requirements. It seems like they're doing this now, you know, have the Connoisseur link, have an Exploding Rage character, have a Realm of the Gods character, etc. So seems like that is part of the vibe, so to say. Of course, we're going to be fulfilling most of those requirements. I will be using only free-to-play units to do so, just to show players that you can do it with free-to-play players, but you should be using only really units that you can obviously use most appropriately. So obviously do with whatever unit you can, as easily as you can do it. Don't bother trying to just fulfill the requirements free to play. It's not really necessary. Whis will be one of the units that has Connoisseur. The other Connoisseur unit that we'll be using will be the Manoka costume bearers. I'm not going to put them in the team now, I'll sub them in later. Vardos is good. There's a requirement for space traveling warriors, so having Whis and having Vardos will kind of finish that off. Then you can have any of the God Gokus really to accomplish the Realm of the Gods category. It's going to be pretty straightforward. As you can see, Whis is there. I actually have Manoka costume bearers. I just haven't put them under the free-to-play category by mistake. I was rearranging my box a little bit and I didn't put them under there, so that's why it doesn't appear here and why I don't select them in the beginning, and then I just quickly change it later on. So you'll see that happen. I will be changing that. Then Exploding Rage and Planetary Destruction are the 2 categories. So Planetary Destruction and Exploding Rage. Exploding Rage, you can just pick up this Broly. Manoka costume bearers will also count, but Planetary Destruction you're going to have to switch in a Freezer, and we'll do that in later. So that's for stage 4. You need Planetary Destruction. Legendary Existence we already have by having the Universe 7 Goku. I'm taking him over the Int Goku because he is better just on his own. He just does do more, so I will definitely be taking him over the other Goku. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So as you get with Connoisseur, you can see there's a whole bunch of options here. I even don't see Manoka costume bearers here as well, which just goes to show you like how blind or dizzy I was when I was making this video. So I didn't see Manoka costume bearers again at this point. and then I realized later on that I could take on the stage with him. But so we take on the stage, pretty straightforward. If you follow this team guide, you'll accomplish pretty much all of the missions except for stage 4, which requires a planetary destruction unit. If you use that physical Beerus, then you will get that requirement done, but because Minoka costume Beerus is not on planetary destruction, you have to use that physical summonable Beerus. And I took him out from the team. So if you do have that Beerus, just replace Minoka costume Beerus with that one and you should be more than fine. As you notice, there is currently no scenario happening on my screen. That is because I have the scenario option switched off, and I will show you what it's like to have scenario option switched on. Just remember, the first stage contains the cinematic video. As always with these events, they've got a cool new cinematic video made up of a whole bunch of super attacks and stuff, but it is pretty cool. So I would highly suggest, if you do want a little bit of a nice recap about Battle of the Gods, or maybe you are a Dragon Ball Z fan that's not up to speed and wants a little recap anyway, then you 100% can do that. So you can definitely take a look and try it out for yourself. It'll be very, very cool. And it'll be something that's pretty awesome. So stage 1 done, obviously very easy. As you can see, the stage is not hard at all. This will be where you farm copies of Goku from, which is why we're specifically covering it. That Goku is good for a lot of things, mainly farming the super attack of Super Saiyan Gokus and Realm of the God Gokus. So if you do want to farm it, I suggest that you do, and then I would 100% do that, because it's a great way to save yourself some Kais, and Super Saiyan Gokus are super common. As you can see, I realized that Minoka costume Beerus is indeed on free to play, and so I switch him in and then we are good to go. Like I said, this will not complete the stage 4 requirement of having a planetary destruction unit. Unfortunately, you will need to use either the summonable Beerus or any planetary destruction unit. I'll be using a free-to-play freezer option later on, but for now that's all you really need to know. And then you just go and you go through the stages. There's nothing else really to it. Just go through the stages, complete the event. Remember, if you can, try and take on the stage on the Z hard difficulty, not the normal difficulty, because you will get the stones for both difficulties and it will save you some stamina. If you are like a brand new player though and you do need to take on the normal difficulty, don't feel bad, just take it on and you'll be fine. When I go to team building, you see that my units are covered in a blue glow. That is because obviously that's the bonus category, Realm of the Gods, and so I would highly suggest that if you are looking to farm resources or farm Goku essays or anything like that from the stage, I highly suggest that you build a Realm of the Gods based team as quickly as possible. As you can see, we're managing to rack up all of the missions, and I'm just showing you guys what the scenario on does. So if I switch scenario on, you'll see that obviously we get a nice little bit of kind of story and comic panels and things like that, which is cool. It's nice to recap stories. Like I say, it's a bonus. If you are returning to DBZ, maybe you didn't watch Super, maybe you watched it a while ago, or maybe you just want to see how Dokkan does it. You can always recap the stories. It's a nice way for players to get involved. And that's kind of the whole point in these DB story revamps. It's so that players can essentially get a better kind of version of the story of Dragon Ball Z, which, you know, fits the name, because Dragon Ball, DB story, and these are just story revamps. So yeah, very, very cool stuff. And I think, you know, as they do these, obviously the rewards are nice because it revamps older events, which means, you know, I can get stones again from the event, or veteran players can get stones again from the event. But it does also, you know, just really re-highlight stuff. Players can go, hey, this is a new event, you know, it gives a Realm of the Gods Goku. I can farm that unit and I can, you know, do a whole bunch of things. And I think that's really, really great. So it is very cool for players to do this and to obviously just kind of get up to speed with everything, which I think is good, and it creates incentive to play events and to do events, and I think that's also really, really good. So that's it for like the kind of demo. Obviously the rest of the stages you can just tackle as you see fit. If you keep my team and adjust it however you wish to fulfill the requirements, you are more than welcome to, but I thought it'd be good to give you guys a team that'll pretty much finish all of the requirements, obviously barring the one as I mentioned, and we'll take a look at that one now as we go on to the next stage, and then we'll wrap everything up, take a look at the support memory, and go on from there. As you can see, we're managing to finish up quite a few of the missions, and so everything's going pretty smoothly, nothing too wild or too crazy. Like I said, we're going to do all the stages. We did a bit of a time skip, and you can see we've done everything except for that stage 4. So we haven't changed the team at any point, and we've completed everything. Now it's just important to do stage 4 and to obviously finish that final requirement so we can get our support memory. Like I said, you just need to use a planetary destruction unit, which is really straightforward and easy to get. You should have a free-to-play version. If not, you should have any decent version. Most freezer units, cooler units, they're, anyone who's tried to blow up the world pretty much is a planetary destruction unit. So there we go, pretty straightforward. Just rerun the stage like we're going to here. You can do it on autopilot, auto battle, auto map, auto whatever you want. It's nothing too crazy, and you can get it done, and then you've finished all of the requirements. Now the support memory itself, interesting one that we'll talk about just now, but just to touch on it, it's Realm of the Gods. Support memory. I think Realm of the Gods is one of those teams that kind of gets updated but doesn't get updated. Like, you always get one decent option every now and then, but I think it's been a while since we've got a really good option on the Beerus and Whis side. I think that kind of side of the Realm of the Gods probably needs a bit of an update. The Goku side is still relatively okay. The Goku Vegeta side, the SS Blue, SSBE, those type of things. I do think the Beerus and Whis kind of aspect of the Realm of the Gods definitely needs an update. Although with that being said, it just depends on what people like to construct altogether. Obviously we recently got that EZA of Supreme Kai, Tech Supreme Kai, which was okay, but for the most part we could definitely use some more Beerus units, I think. But yeah, so the support memory is a Realm of the Gods enhancing one, and the Realm of the Gods team could use support memory. It does help them out. Their stages are quite difficult, especially for new players. Some of the stages they do are quite hard, their ESBR and their SBR stages, so support memory for them is quite fine. I think it's quite a nice call there, if not a little bit random. So that's all the memories done. As you can see, all the missions are finally complete. So we're going to claim all of those, get 4 stones, get a copy of Goku, and more importantly, we're going to get all of these support memory. So as you can see, all the missions are finally finished. Then, like I said, the support memory itself is a Realm of the Gods support memory, a 2-turn buff for them, but it also gives you ki if you are facing Realm of the Gods enemies, which is cool. It kind of like acts, it like multifunctions, so if you don't want to use it for one thing, I guess you could use it for the other, basically. But yeah, overall it's pretty cool, and it's a nice buff for the category, like I said. And it's always, support memories are always great. We need them, they help out, and they are just little buffs, but they're little buffs that do help out. They will make your time easier, so that's great. And there we go, we can see the support memory done and dusted. And yeah, that is pretty much it from me. So from my side, thank you guys for watching. If you need any further help or have any queries, you can comment down below. But yeah, that's pretty much it from me. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care, stay safe, and bye.